Right, so the next person we're going to have come up is Jesika, and she's going to talk about her transformation in body products as well.
So my name is Jess, and I'm going to be a little bit about me. As I'm going to be 41 years old in a couple of weeks, less than 2 weeks. And I was always a person that was sickly skinny. Growing up, I was sickly skinny, and what happened was, as I got older and comfortable, married, comfortable, I developed an autoimmune thyroid disease. And so in this picture right here, this is after probably like 3 years into finding out that I had the autoimmune thyroid disease, Hashimoto's, and I had gained a lot of weight, I was really, really fatigued all of the time, and it actually took me about almost 2 years to get the diagnosis. I had to go to specialists, and it just was a real big rigmarole to even find out that I had this. And I, of course, was under the impression that what would happen is I would take a pill, and all of a sudden, all of this weight would just drop off of me, you know, once I got my thyroid levels under control. But the thing of it is that that wasn't what was going to happen, because that's not ever what really happens, you know what I mean? Even though my thyroid pill, or my thyroid medication was going to take care of the internal issue that I had for hormone levels, my activity level was still sedentary. The food that I ate was still, I've always been a big fruit and vegetable eater, but I was addicted to dairy and addicted to sugar, you know what I mean? And I drank a lot of things, ate, drank, and consumed a lot of sugar. So, fast forward, I'm turning 39 years old, and I had a tragedy occur in my life. And that tragedy actually caused me to look at my life and where I was going and what I was doing and what was really happening to me and what part of that I had control over. And it made me view everything in a totally different light, because although I may not have control over the circumstances that happen outside of me, I have control over the circumstances that happen within me. You know, and I decided that I wanted to live an outstanding life, you know, and I was willing to go to any length to live an outstanding life. And so, like many of us do, I was browsing through Facebook, and Julie and I have a friend of a friend, we have a mutual friend, and so I started seeing her post all of these results of people, and it was around Christmas time last year, and not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, and you know, so I was curious, because I weighed probably, I never told Julie this because I always lied about my weight. You know what I mean? But I had gotten up to be at like 180 pounds, you know what I mean? And going from a person that their whole entire life, they were, I wouldn't say that I was in shape at all, you know what I mean? But I was sickly skinny, and so that was what I was accustomed to. And then, you know, getting older and gaining to be almost 200 pounds was a huge deal to me and my self-confidence and how I viewed myself, and even just the physical things that I wasn't able to do anymore that I had been easily able to do prior to. So I reached out to her. Eventually I saw enough posts about transformation photos. That was the thing that caught my eye. It was always about the people that had this before picture and then the after picture, and then I just commented on the photo, and she reached out to me, and we started communicating, and I bought my first program. It was Turbo Fire. I have to tell you that I'm not a person that started exercising and was immediately like, yes, I love to exercise. It didn't happen to me like that, but I didn't want to be the way that I was anymore, and I was willing to go to any length. And so I wasn't a huge fan of Turbo Fire. I'm just not a cardio person. So then I moved on to P90X, which I love. I love P90X3. I'm getting ready to do Body Beast. I'm just more of a strength training type of a person. And that's a really important thing to do, is if you find a program and you're not necessarily happy with the first program, don't give up. Talk to your coach. Talk about what it is that you are interested in, what you like to do, and then have them help you find a program that will meet your needs. Because it's really important to like the program that you're doing, you know? So I didn't give up, I kept going, changed my diet. I rarely eat anything that has sugar in it just because it doesn't agree with me anymore, which is a huge deal for somebody like me because I used to eat sugar in everything that I consumed, you know what I mean? So, I lost 31 pounds in the last year. I'm 10 pounds away from my goal weight. My life has completely changed, the things that I'm able to do physically. But, you know, the transformation doesn't really, I mean, yeah, it happens on the outside, but the transformation that happens on the inside, the self-confidence that we gain, the belief in ourselves that we can do anything. There's nothing that we can't do if we set our minds to it and are willing to be uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Because the process was not a comfortable process for me. You know, when I was doing yoga poses, like I remember doing, it's not this picture, but a yoga pose where I was doing plow, and it was uncomfortable to do that pose, and my belly got in the way. But every time I did it, it got better. Each time I did it, it got better. You know what I mean? And now I can do it easily, and I'm proud of myself. But it's also affected my marriage. My marriage is better. My personal relationships with my family are better. My confidence in myself to take on anything has improved. Like I just have an incredible belief that if there's a task that I want to do, I'll be able to do it because of Beachbody. It's kind of weird. It's the weirdest thing in the world. You know what I mean? Like I never would have expected that wanting to get fit, wanting to get healthy, and it all stemmed from a tragedy, would have such a profound impact upon me. So if you've just gotten your program and you're just starting out, just keep going because you're going to change and it's going to be dramatic. So thanks.
Thank you so much.